Hello everybody! My name is Jaso and I hope all of you are having a fantastic Garycon so far, whether you're there at the convention, in the meat realm, or hanging out right here on Twitch for the virtual version. If you're just stumbling onto the channel for the first time, Garycon is an annual game convention celebrating the life and works of Gary Gygax, the father of role-playing games. Those of you who just came from watching Jason and Vivka doing some Gax Pack songs, hello and welcome. I run a channel here on Twitch called God_mode, that's GAWD_mode, where we've been playing a long-running Spelljammer series Friday nights that takes place in an interactive homebrew universe. I'll be your DM for tonight's special one-shot here on Garyconlive called Jammergeddon. It takes place in the same universe. And a shout out to Jeff Grubb, who's somewhere out there hiding at the con. That's my boy. If you'd like to support the channel, we're working on building towards 1,000 followers. So if you enjoy the content over there and want to give it a follow, we'd love that. We've recently been playing a heavily modified version of D&D that mixes Dungeons and Dragons with monster battling, where everyone in the chat can become a player and raise their own critters. So if that sounds fun, go check it out. And before we dive into our game, I want to ask, who else is joining me on this fine Friday evening?
Okay, hello everybody. My name's Luke, and tonight I am playing Simon Hale, who is a human Graviturgist wizard.
Hang on, I'm getting a little reverb. You guys hear the reverb?
Oh no!
No.
Hang on just a second.
No.
Hang on.
Testing. Technical difficulties.
Let's see. Okay, that's coming through here. Let's see where this is coming through.
My character's too powerful.
Alright, hang on just a second. It's not coming from me. Where's this coming from?
Is it doable enough that you could run the game with it?
It is, but it's like, yeah, it's so weird. Hang on. Alright, let's after you, Luke. Who else?
What's up, guys? My name's Kevin, and I'm playing a Gith Paladin named Wilkas Tritador.
What's up, everybody? My name's Slim. I'll be playing a plasmoid barbarian known as the Collective.
Hey, I'm Kyle. I'm playing a Warforged called John Krytan.
Hey guys, it's Amanda, and I'm playing Zoe Caden, an Astro Elf, Order Domain Cleric.
Hey everybody, I'm Nick. I'm playing Gert. He is a Dow Genie Warlock.
Is that reverb fixed?
I'm still taking a look at it. Hang on just a second. This should be coming through, not here, but here. Somebody test. Testing.
Test. We are here for Garycon.
Again, test.
This is living in the game.
You come for, which will stay for.
Where is that coming from? Where's the reverb coming from? I'm gonna lose my mind.
I don't know, man.
Well, you had your regular speakers on it earlier. Is it that?
The speakers are off.
It's not a weird and wild stream without some technical difficulties.
That's true.
Classic.
That's true.
No. We ironed all this stuff out. Either way.
Gremlins in the works.
Boy, we did sound check about 45 minutes ago.
We did. Anyways, everyone, thank you so much for being a part of the channel. Before we dive into our game, I wanted to do a couple quick shout outs and then we'll roll our intro. First things first, before we get into our actual game here, a huge credit to Laremia for creating our awesome character art for the game. Make sure and go support her over on her Twitter. You can go check her out at Iruichi over on Twitter. And I'm assuming this is posting into the chat. I'm not exactly sure. This may be going to my chat, although I'm not exactly sure. And our amazing music for the session comes from Tabletop Audio / Scott Buckley under the Creative Commons license. So thank you, Scott, for creating such awesome music, as well as you, Tabletop Audio. Now, without further ado, let me go ahead and roll the intro for our special one-shot, Jammergeddon.
Don't wanna close.
Let's all do it.
We're doing
Let's throw some dice.
We're doing it,
Man, I miss physical dice.
Me too.
Right?
Hey!
Fixed it.
It was Discord's.
Woo!
All we need
Because we have
is
the power of God and anime on our side.
Yeah.
Slim.
Awesome.
Yeah, Slim, turn your
Slim
camera
said
back on and
F
we're
it.
good to go.
Yeah.
I'm on.
You need your camera.
There he is.
There we go.
He is. That
All
beautiful
right.
face.
All problems fixed. Ready to go.
Jason, the chat is saying you're muted.
Oh no!
There we go.
Oh, man.
Thanks, chat.
Earth, a planet located in the southwestern quadrant, Twixt Plain. A land full of lush greenery and civilizations spread across it. People who spent most of their time enjoying their lives and pursuing their crafts. That was until 14 days ago, when astrology wizards divined a large object similar to an asteroid approaching their planet at high velocities. Working together with Earth's government, a special scientific division, who initially discovered the object, known as Midus Blu, began recruiting a crack team of members in order to save Earth from certain destruction.
Ooh, nice.
Walking down a low-lit hallway is a hulking Gif, a hippo humanoid donned in regal uniform attire. Several pins and stripes adorn his chest. He steps through a set of steel doors, finding himself in a chamber where a few other humanoids have gathered, each of them wearing coats adorned with the symbol of Midus Blu. They hover near several steel pods set against the walls of this room, taking notes. A round glass view shows silhouettes of humanoids inside the pods as a swirl of arcane energy surrounds them. Seeing the imposing Gif, most of the others begin to vacate the room. All but one. Luke! What does
Yes.
Simon look like?
Simon is a handsome older human gentleman with gray hair and a clean-shaven complexion. He has a sharp black lab coat with like silver trim on it, and I guess also the Midus Blu symbol over his breast pocket.
Did we ever decide what that exactly looks like?
No, imagination. I can't think of anything off the top of my head.
You see this large, imposing Gif begin to sort of step over as some of the other wizards and scientists begin to clear out of the room. He eyes Simon up and down and then extends a big, thick-fingered palm as if looking for a handshake as he introduces himself.
Greetings. Name's General Tavik. Nice to meet you.
Simon stares at the hand for a brief second before shaking it in turn. He doesn't have a very firm handshake, but he says, hello, General.
I heard you were part of the team that initially discovered this asteroid headed towards us.
That's right. Admittedly, things are being set into motion a little bit later than I would have liked.
Oh, how well I know, Simon. Looks to me like the others are about ready, and just in time. I was hoping I could meet them.
Oh, of course. I'm hoping to get familiar myself. Hopefully the company took my recommendations into account.
So then, why don't we see who we have?
And he and you, Simon, both turn. These pods swirling with this arcane energy seem to be some type of pod for testing the zero gravity of wild space itself. And in a last-minute effort, it appears that the crew of Midus Blu, who's going to go on this mission attempt to stop this asteroid, is quite literally just finishing their training. Out of one of the nearby pods, it begins to lower, descending the glass, and a somewhat dizzy-looking character begins to pop out. Amanda, what does Zoe look like?
I'm muted. You see, you see a very tall, slender astral elf with pale skin and bright blue eyes. And she has long, flowing purple hair, and she's like in a very like straight-laced uniform with the Midus Blu symbol, which, by the way, my uniform does have a symbol. It's an upside-down triangle with a plus sign in the middle.
Okay,
done. That's the symbol.
cool.
That's it. We got it.
So there we go.
Blue's born.
That sees how much I've been paying attention to the character art.
And even now, she just looks very, a little frenzied, a little stressed.
You've just come out of one of the isolation pods for testing anti-gravity. If you wouldn't mind, Zoe, please give me a Constitution saving.
Yeah.
All right, so 19?
Yeah.
Okay. With a 19, things are a little shaky, but your vision begins to come to you as the sort of anti-grav arcane testing chamber the effects begin to wane from you, and you realize that you are back in one of the Midus Blu testing areas. You see up ahead of you a tall standing GIF who is pretty muscled, covered in what looks like a uniform of various achievements, pins and stripes at his side. And standing next to him, does Zoe know Simon? Has Zoe met Simon or seen Simon in passing before?
I'm sure they've met before, just like in a professional capacity, just probably briefly, but
then
I'm
in
sure
that
they know each
case,
other.
you see Simon standing there with him. Simon, you see Zoe pop out of one of the pods.
Who? No. Oh, another Midus Blu employee. Have we met?
Oh, Simon. Yes, I'm Zoe. I do HR.
Oh, right. I definitely remember.
I onboarded you when you started the company, but that's fine. That's fine. I know you're a very busy man.
Well, it's quite all right. I'm glad to have you on the team. Why do we have an HR person again?
Was that a question to me or to the?
He turned to the GIF.
The gift turns to you and says, "I'm from the military. I would not know. Practice it."
Simon flips through something on a clipboard.
There's company regulations and safety laws that have to be met, and in case there's any interpersonal conflicts while on this mission, I'm gonna.
I guess that makes some amount of sense. All right. Welcome to the team, Zoe.
Thank you, sir.
Another pod begins to come to a stop, the swirling arcane energies coming to a close. As the glass begins to slowly descend, another character. Maybe? I didn't think this through. Maybe a little jostled? I don't know. Kyle, what does John Crichton look like?
John Crichton. He is got a robot body. It's kind of like a humanoid shaped body. And it's very chunky. It looks like a very old robot. It's been beat up quite a bit. He's also got a rubber head that's just angular and looks, you could say, human. Or eraser. Either of those are applicable. And then, he's a robot.
Would John? He's a construct.
Yes. Or forged, yeah.
I'll say go ahead and make me a Constitution check at advantage. Or a con save, rather.
Oil just starts dripping out of his ears.
He is an older model.
Oh, quite the ride.
What was the total?
15 Constitution save.
All right. You come out a little jostled. It takes a second for your construct form to reorient in the room as you kind of grasp at the sides of the containment unit, pulling yourself out. Up ahead, you hear some chatter coming from some figures ahead of you. You see a tall standing GIF and two others, Zoe and Simon. Do the three of you interact in it?
Yeah. John would kind of jankily walk up and say, "Greetings. I am Safety Officer John Crichton. It is excellent to meet you all. Remember, your safety is my responsibility."
All right. Well, it seems we have safety covered. You are a KRY model. What is your make?
I am a Cry-10 model.
Cry-10?
Yes.
We're on Cry-14. All right.
The company did some cutbacks last year. Some budget cuts.
I am remarkably durable.
All right. It's better to have some manual labor than none, I suppose.
Oh, I am so happy to hear. Is there anything that you need done? Anyone hungry? Go for a bit of tea?
I don't think snacks
Could go for a bit of tea, actually. Thank you.
Let me start that for you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Up next, another pod comes to a finishing as the swirl stops. Inside, as the glass lowers, a larger figure than maybe most who've exited their pods just yet. Kevin, what does Raucous, I believe, look like?
He is a very, as you said, very large GIF, male GIF. He stands like 7 feet tall. I don't know, 7 something. I forget what I wrote down. He wears very simple yellow, very dirty overalls over a very plain, maybe was black shirt at one time in its life, but definitely isn't anymore. Yeah. And he carries he always has on his waist actually like one of those big old oversized wrenches.
Give me a Constitution saving throw as your pod comes to a close.
Got a 16.
Man, we're nailing these con saves, though.
This is good. You step out of your pod, similar to John, a little jostled. You kind of grip the edges. It takes you a second for your body to reorient to a gravity-based world, having spent probably some hours in the pod now, trying to just associate yourself with the potential weightlessness of wild space. However, you're able to pull yourself out. As you do, you see several other figures standing, waiting to greet you. Do you say anything to the others?
Not as bad as y'all said. Been through rough. Oh, you. Of course, they brought you.
Master Ruckus, of course you insisted I come.
If I have to have one of you aboard, you're the only one I trust.
You two know each other?
He usually comes with me on sites.
Sites. What are you versed in? What is your profession?
I handle anything that has to do with the Earth. I can get into it no matter what you need. Typically, I've been mining weird bits out there, but the company contracts me every now and then.
Simon's eyes get big and he says, "Mining? You do mining?"
Yeah. Best off-world mining you'll ever find.
All right then. Simon turns to the military general GIF and just kind of like gives like a nod of approval.
He equally sort of nods and sees like an actual member who may be useful on this mission.
What's there like a cup of tea? And he starts.
I never want tea. How many times?
One more, maybe. Ma'am, he offers you the tea.
Thank you, John. That's very nice of you. Thank you. She
kind.
brings it to her lips, but her hand's like shaking.
Tea splashing everywhere.
Raucous would walk up to Simon. You in charge of the mission, I'm assuming?
I'm part of the away. Yes, I'm the company representative for the away team. But don't worry about that. You'll be briefed shortly. We just need to retrieve the rest of our crewmates.
Mr. lost his briefs again.
No. I'm just making sure we're on the same page.
Another pod begins to come to a stop. At this point, Simon, you can see the General Tavik sort of flipping through a clipboard with several scrolls on them. Zoe says something about HR, even on an expedition to save Earth, always need HR. John says communications, cooking, cleaning, especially the type of cleaning that involves blood. For Raucous, it reads the muscle, drilling expert, could have hired in-house but contracted to save coin. And
Understandable.
The budget cuts.
Of course.
Another pod with glass begins to slowly descend. Another figure beginning to slowly pull themselves out of anti-gravity. Slim, would you please explain to us what the collective looks like?
Thank you. Pouring out of the pod like a fresh batch of scrambled eggs being poured into a pan is a giant blue amorphous blob that slowly forms up a bit of a tattered sail, and it looks like a big piece of a mast of a ship ripped off, slowly forms at his back as it stands up and looks before you. Greetings, everyone. We are known as the Collective. Where are we?
Collective, give me a constitution save, please.
Oh, please fail this. It would be so
Just kind of liquefies even more.
Oh, thank you.
Wow, you're killing it.
Oh my god.
What was the result?
22.
Oh yeah, you're fine. Collective, you can turn into an amorphous blob. Who cares about zero gravity?
Welcome, you guys? Question mark? The collective, plasmoid, applicable to a variety of situations. What is your background qualifications?
We have maintained ship maintenance, piloting, cleaning, helm, navigation. We have done majority. We have come from a sailing vessel, a cargo ship. If you need something done, please just let us know.
All right then. Well, and Simon turns to the general once more and says, "Oh, if I don't want to knock on wood, but I dare say that this group is shaping up to be quite capable."
Says this
All
one
things
can,
considered.
he says this one can fit into really hard and tight spaces. Also says this is not an HR violation statement, Zoe. He's literally made of goo. That's also not an HR violation statement.
I'm gonna have to write that down, though.
Elven woman, are you the one helming this mission?
No, that would be Mr. Hale here. I'm just doing HR, human goo, give resources.
The collective's gonna look around and slowly turn into like goo from a lava lamp, and 5 pseudopods are gonna reach out in the shape of hands to greet each one of you.
Oh,
Nice.
how quaint.
Oh,
Simon does a thing where he like holds the pseudopod with like a thumb and forefinger and shake it like this.
Rockets probably grabs a little too hard and just kind of like Play-Doh, you know, when you
Through your fingers.
even though you're a plasmoid, you could still feel that Zoe's hands are really sweaty.
That's how sweaty she is.
Just how sweaty.
You must have a plasmoid cousin. You are covered in the slime.
I think that's just hyperhidrosis.
I appreciate you taking us on this mission. Have you seen the one who contracted me to join you? Collective's gonna look around for his missing comrade. Or
No,
acquaintance.
but if they match your credentials, they are more than welcome to join.
They stay silent.
Doesn't appear as though anyone from any previous missions you've been on, as far as I know of, tell me if I'm wrong, or here to see.
I do not see him.
Would they like some tea?
One of us would, yes. Thank you.
Well, yes, very well.
Finally, the last pod begins to slowly come to a stop. I tried to hold it together. The last pod comes to a stop. The greenish swirling arcane energy slowly begins to filter out of it like a gas rolling over or smoke rolling over the glasses it sends. Inside is a figure who slowly begins to stumble out. Nick, would you please explain to us what Gert looks like?
Gert is a human with extremely wild, shaggy hair and crazy eyes. He kind of obscures his face a little bit with a bandana of sorts. He definitely enjoys caffeine way too much.
Gert, please make me a Constitution saving throw to pop out of your pod.
Come on. Ah, dang it! How did we fail every single one?
Wow.
If anybody should have failed, it should have been Gert.
Yeah.
I'll auto fail it if you guys want.
What's the total?
18.
All right, Gert. Yeah, a little dizzy. Your world takes a second to stop spinning, but things slowly begin to come to a stop. You hear under his breath General Tavik reading his notes saying,
Self-taught astrological physicist. Earned a degree from a remote Midus Blu course, long decommissioned, but technically have to allow him in because of it. Survivalist.
Oh, a fellow physicist, survivalist? Like someone that goes out in the woods?
You know it. This is easier than poaching bitching eggs in a gravity well, I'll tell you that. Can I go back in there again by chance?
Are you sure that it said physicist?
Yeah, physics, like I'm swirling around in there.
It says self-taught.
Only the best brain can teach my brain, I'll tell you what.
All right, there... I feel like there must be some mistake. There's another pod back there, right?
Nope, that's it.
This is the one I was mentioning. The one known as Gert. He recruited us to join.
Hey! It's the slime! What was going on? How are you?
I don't know. You spoke to me inside of that jar and told me you needed my help.
We're in trouble right now, and we definitely could use your help. You guys know this guy?
The collective we met a few moments ago, yes?
I'm sorry, you were in a jar?
Oh,
yes.
Yeah, talk about theoretical physics. There's a whole nother side of Twixt that's extra Twixterrestrial. Did you even know that? What was your name?
Zoe.
Hi, Zoe. You call me Gert. Most of my friends call me Gert.
Zoe just really nervously keeps drinking her tea.
Okay, well, this is what we have, so welcome aboard, Gert. Is that an acronym, or is that your name?
Its name.
All right.
Call me.
Gert it is, then.
Gert. That's what I be.
Right.
And you are?
Simon Hale. I'm the company representative for this mission.
Gert and Hale, love it.
Simon.
Oh, Simon and Hale and Gert. Perfect.
Just Simon's lower eyelid twitches a little bit.
You study energy and crystals and anything, or are you just like
Crystals?
Thanks. Like this guy's liquefied crystal over here.
I'm a doctor of theoretical physics, yes. I think our bodies of work are slightly different, though.
So you're both physicists?
Right.
I would scarcely put myself in the same lot. It's not important.
You
General...
appear to be the same to me.
General. Is it time to move to the debriefing? Or briefing, I should say.
Yeah, the general has taken a second to study each of you before finally staring back towards you, Simon, and gives you a nod.
If you wouldn't mind, now that the crew has been assembled, do you have a crew name by any chance?
Oh, damn it. Me as Luke didn't think of one.
Yeah, no.
Oh, Jesus. Anybody got a good crew name off the top of their head? I say this out of character. Simon probably wouldn't ask for.
Simon seems sad. How about the Midus Blues?
The Midus Blues, like our company name, but plural.
Yes.
Whatever. The Midus Blues it is.
All right.
Fine Simons, if you ask me.
The Fine Simons, that's even worse.
I remember a destined crew, a hardy crew, the Argonauts, I believe they were called.
All right. I'm not sure I'm entirely on board with the connotations, but it's better than the Midus Blues.
They were fearsome travelers, so I don't know why you mean.
All right.
He
The
nods
Argonauts.
towards you, Simon, and says, "All right, Midus Blues. If you wouldn't mind, Simon, let us debrief the crew on what is at stake here."
All right. Everyone, 14 days ago, our team identified a large celestial body hurtling at an accelerated rate towards Earth. As of now, we are uncertain of its composition, but it is in total roughly 1/3 the size of the entire planet. In just over 12 hours, this asteroid will reach zero barrier, at which point there will be no way to divert its crash course. This is where we all come in. Our mission is to crew a spelljammer, escorted by the general and the Earthian military, in order to reach the asteroid. We are carrying a specially crafted and extremely valuable arcane warhead. The precisely allocated yield large ordnance asteroid destroyer, or payload for short. Upon reaching the surface, we will drill into a structural weak point in order to get as deep as possible, and then, proverbially speaking, drop the load. Once dropped, we will evacuate to a minimum safe distance so that the warhead can be detonated remotely via Midus Blu's Earthbound team. It is a simple but decidedly important task, and I trust that there will be no questions. Company policy says here that I am to cede the floor to Midus Blu's HR representative.
Thank you, Captain. Just a couple company announcements. You see that she suddenly has like way too many like clipboards in her hand. Like you don't even know where they came from. Please make sure that you complete your onboarding packets and give those to me.
Oh no.
Give those to me as soon as you can. It's very important. I'll need a copy of your ID. Gert, you have an ID?
Oh no, I got rid of those a long time ago. Don't do no good anyway.
Oh no, okay. I'll figure out something. I'm sure there's a rule or something for that.
I'm actually kind of mad you have my information on file. I asked for that to be purged after I got the diploma.
It's company policy to keep all our employees' information on file, but
Well, then you ain't sent me no paychecks.
I don't believe you were working for us.
So how am I gonna be an employee?
Oh no, okay. We'll get this figured out. We have plenty of time.
We don't actually have plenty of time. I cannot stress this enough. 12 hours, asteroid, zero barrier.
You know
Right,
that's all made up anyway.
of course.
What is made up?
The doomsday clock? That's not even real.
Moving on. Please remember that this mission is being magically recorded for marketing purposes. So please,
Sell me too, on top of not paying me, of course.
please try to keep it PG. And don't say anything disparaging to the company, please. Okay, thank you. And remember,
I'm getting paid, aren't I?
Provided we make it back in one piece.
Oh, of course.
This is a dangerous, highly sensitive mission.
And please remember, here at Midus Blu, going above and beyond is our expectation. So, thank you.
If we were to go beyond, we would miss the asteroid.
He might be a
That's
theoretical
not-
physicist too.
What it means is,
Thank you, Zoe.
thank you, Captain.
I'm not a captain.
Thank you, Mr. Hale.
All right, that's good enough, I suppose.
The general turns to each of you and says,
Simon is right. It's even more dire. We do have 12 hours left, but even less so before the asteroid reaches zero barrier, a point at no return where we can no longer divert it off its course. If it reaches that, Earth is doomed. Simon mentioned that there will be a payload device, arcane warhead. I, as part of the Earthian government, am in charge of the remote detonation, and have modified the construct crew member, John, with a communication device to stay in contact with the crews.
That's me.
The payload itself has some weight to it, so I have found an alternative means to help you all be able to keep things mobile while keeping your hands free.
as he turns. Through a set of two steel doors steps a small-looking autognome construct that has a somewhat sort of distended stomach, and kind of steps up to each of you and looks back and forth, kind of studying each of you before finally turning and saying,
Greetings, everyone. My name is Fute. Happy to meet you all.
Food?
Two?
Fute.
He said flute.
Flute.
Fute.
Exactly. Suit.
Don't talk around that thing, it's recording you.
We're being magically recorded at all times.
Yeah, I know. It's
Okay.
no getting away from it. Cameras
Despite this
everywhere all
being
the
our
time.
final hour, it was nice to see your pain and confused expressions before the end.
You cut off at the end there, Jason.
Yeah.
he said, it was nice to see your pain and confused expressions.
They do make the cutest of those expressions, don't they, the humanoids?
We didn't have time to curtail Fute's rather pessimistic arcane programming, but it should be able to carry along the device it holds within itself. It will
It's-
follow along with you,
Is it
obey every order.
inside the
Correct.
autognome right now?
Yes.
Oh. Well, great.
Once you reach the site, in order to be required for its setup, Fute will be able to eject it from its abdomen, and you'll be able to begin the setup process so that we can get it remotely detonated.
All right. Simple enough. Welcome aboard, Fute.
You nods and begins to stand over in the lineup of eccentric party members that are here.
Welcome,
The
brother.
general studies each of you before saying,
Well, Midus Blues, is there anything else that we need to touch upon before we begin preparations for your suit up and takeoff?
Time is of the essence.
There's one thing. You look a little peckish. Can I make you something before we leave?
Now is not the time.
But yes, sir.
I like this gif.
All right. Good. Let's go ahead and make our way. If you'll follow me, we'll head to the preparation chamber first, and then to the launch bay platform.
he waves a hand as you all begin to follow along with him, heading out from the testing chambers and beginning to walk through the hallways. Midus Blu. All of you are taken to an area that seems to be a chamber attached to several hangars are fish suits, which look like almost like diving suits. They're a full suit, and they also have a helmet with a breathing apparatus attached to the back for each of you. Some of these suits sometimes have like a full fitted mask that covers most of your features, but this one has more of your sort of like just rounded glass encasing, has tubes attached to the back so that your vision isn't terribly obscured. And they are also sized to each of you, so each of you can begin to slip into them, getting comfortable and donning them.
Oh yeah, I am moving with urgency at this point.
Mm-hmm. The general continues to watch, and once you are ready, donned in your suits, gives a wave of a hand to begin helping you escort over to the launch bay platform. As you begin heading that way, leading from a long strip of the hallways of the interior of Midus Blu to the more open-ended area of the launch bay itself, you hear the sound of a nearby spelljammer. This one large and appears to be coming to a landing. The winds it sort of throws off of it begins to sort of buffet some of you, throwing your hair back and things as a large, relatively like nice-looking spelljammer vessel comes to a landing. It looks like it's in the shape of a jellyfish, this particular spelljammer. Tavik turns as it appears though the sort of walkway strip is beginning to descend, and looks to each of you and says,
Oh yes, he wanted to give his blessing before you all departed.
As he says this, you see descending down from a ramp pulled out by other astral elves is a small creature, a flump.
Nice. I love these guys.
Oh,
The flump descends down the ramp and begins to float over towards each of you. The general takes a bow and turns to you all, seeing if you do the same, as he says,
Midus Blues, meet Dick Slickson, President of Earth.
Shut up!
yeah.
Not every day you get to meet royalty. How are you, Your Highness?
The flump turns to you and says, Greetings, Midus Blu crew, and begins to extend several noodly appendages to shake each of your hands.
I voted for you 7 times. Don't tell any of them that, but I found a way, I promise.
Who is them? Never mind. It's an honor to meet you, Mr. President.
He turns and with a gruff voice, shaking each of your hands with a noodly appendage, says, I know there's little time left, but before you all depart, I wanted to tell you personally that neither myself nor the people of Earth will forget what you, men and women, and whatever that blue thing over there is doing for our planet. Best of luck to you all, and go kick some asteroid.
I'm sorry.
That's a Richard Nixon.
Too good to have a Richard Nixon president. This character is too good.
It'll be sad when he dies. He bows to you all, and as he bows, he actually steps aside after shaking each of your hands, allowing you to continue on to the launch bay platform.
You see that? That's how important this mission is, everyone. Please perform to your utmost ability.
I can't believe I just met the president. I never thought I'd get to meet somebody that important.
Go ahead.
We are proud of you, Gert. You did not do any of the 47 things that you said you would do to the president.
No.
I'm just actually really impressed that all these budget cuts that Midus Blu was doing was actually able to afford 5 minutes with that guy.
Very true.
I don't think we paid him to be here.
But Zoe, whatever they need to think, just get through the mission.
Right. Get through the mission. Right.
I think he called me a man or a woman. I don't think he knew I was a robot. The plan is working.
You're not fooling anyone.
He did not notice me.
Every day.
As you all continue, Tavik looks to you all as you reach the much more open-ended, expansive area of the launch bay platform. He turns and says,
Midus Blues, this is where I'll stay behind. But I'll continue to communicate with each of you through John here, with further instructions for the remote detonation of the payload when you've successfully placed it.
We won't fail, General. I hope.
Good. I expect the best of you. Earth is counting on each and every one of you to play your part.
Never come across something I couldn't drill into before, and I don't plan to today.
Zoe just writes something.
May the gods be with you.
he says, extending a hand over towards you. Gosh, what's your character's name? Raucous. I didn't know if it was Rocus or Raucous. Okay, I want to pronounce it.
Tomato.
And both of you, I'm sure, probably do like a Predator-style handshake.
That's Rocus, the GIF.
Oh no, we don't have time on the stream for that conversation. With that, he begins to depart. Don in your fish suits. Each of you begin to step out onto the launch bay platform. Your entire crew moving in what feels like slow motion. They shot pans across each of you. Up ahead, you see your Spelljammer ship ready. It is a Star Whale ship, somewhat spacious and has what appears to be like a horn attached to the end of it to give it the sort of facsimile of the shape. The large closed doors that are at the end of the bay here begin to slowly open, revealing the night sky and the hulking, eclipsing object in space above Earth.
Uh-oh.
Doesn't look good.
It's a lot bigger up close.
Not big enough.
2 government hammerhead ships are also stationed here. You know that as part of General Tavik's conversation with you all, that they're going to accompany your team to the landing site on the asteroid itself. You can see from their distance, probably be at about 100-150 feet out from your own ship. They're waving spelljamming communication flags to signify that they are ready to follow along with you and the main crew when you yourselves take off. As part of your itinerary, crew, as you move over to the Spelljammer, and let me go ahead and move some things here. Let's take this off and move you over to your ship.
By my calculations, sir, you could have asked for about 30.4444% more of a raise. This mission is quite loaded.
Suppose that's why they didn't give us the details up front.
Ooh, look at it. Shit.
A nice ship.
Yeah.
As you gather atop the ship, climbing the rope ladder up to get on top, you each know that as part of your itinerary, you need to assign each of you a role. You need to come up with, as a spelljamming crew, a person who's going to fly the ship at the spelljammer helm. You'll need a captain of the ship, and you'll need shipmates to take their places either at the weapon stations or any other areas of the ship in order to help maneuver the ship as it goes along in terms of whatever may come your way as you try to make your way up to the asteroid. You can assume riding the Spelljammer helm may take some amount of arcane means or potential perception to be able to see what may lie ahead. The captain needs to be charismatic and have a good idea of maybe what lies ahead in terms of communicating that with the crew, and shipmates may want to be both dexterous and athletic to be able to handle moving around the ship at quick speeds to reach any of the needed items on it. So, my team, it's basically one Spelljammer helm, one captain, and everyone else will be shipmate. So, I will let you all decide who takes what position.
Captain Simon.
I'm not, by default, the captain. In fact, I would, frankly, I think Zoe would be the best for the job.
Oh, I don't. Oh gosh.
I know you can do a great job, Zoe. Captain Zoe.
If she is the captain, who will relay all of the information?
The captain, her. What do you mean?
What did you say a captain needs, Jason?
Captain needs to be charismatic. And let's see here.
Y'all want me to do it? I have a -1.
Oh,
Needs to be charismatic and probably have some means of knowing how to survive in order to get the ship where it needs to go.
Oh no! Oh no!
Mr. Hale, if I might, I think I would like to drive the ship. I'm properly insured per company policy, so I think that would be appropriate.
He turns to you, Simon, and says, Would you
like me to become the captain of the ship?
I'm not sure I'm comfortable with an explosive device being captain. If only one of us were both charismatic and had the survival skills to pull this off, but I can't think of who among us could do something like that.
I'll be a bugbear with no hair. Time has come.
Oh no.
You know how many of these I haven't flown but read about?
Captain Gert, don't worry. Should you man the helm, I did exactly what you asked. They will not find your fingerprints. After you chewed them off, I mailed them to the nearest planetoid.
I'll make it so, number one. The collective's in charge whenever I tell them to be. Here's my ship now.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but all right then, Captain Gert.
Oh no.
Sure you got this big thing, Gert.
I don't think the company's gonna like this, Mr. Hale.
According to my reading of the dossiers that your company provided, he is actually the most qualified of all of us.
Oh,
You know,
that's troubling.
Weirdly, that tracks. All right, fine. Now, Jason, it's been even though we play in a Spelljammer campaign, it's actually been a hot minute since we've actually spelljammed.
Yeah.
Do you need literal arcana for it, or is it just like any magic skill?
These are specific skills, yeah. Captain is survival persuasion, Spelljammer helm is arcana and perception, and shipmates are athletics or acrobat.
Zoe has +4 Arcana and +6 Perception, so I do think she's actually best to helm the ship.
I was gonna say I actually have a +5 persuasion also, if needed.
I think it must be you then, Zoe.
Thank you, sir.
I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm a scientist. I don't know how to fire ordnance, so I'll do what I can, team.
You said theoretical, correct?
That is correct.
So not real science.
No, it's real science.
It's the
It's
theory
real
of
science.
science.
It is good we brought the one known as Gert along then.
We need a real physicist, not a theoretical one. That mean you
My team
theoretically
found the asteroid. We found the asteroid. What? Never mind. We don't have time for this.
All right, boys, break's over. You heard shipmate Simon Hale and company.
Mate.
A few turn to you, Zoe, and says,
What should I do? Would you like me to man one of the ballistas?
I think maybe it's best if you just stay there and don't move.
If you are the
At all.
ordnance, you should get down to a safe area of the ship.
Oh, yes. I suppose I could go lock myself in the captain's quarters so that nothing happens to me. Though I do want to point out, if something happens and the arcane warhead does detonate, it will not matter if I'm down below deck. But until then, let me go take care of myself.
Good.
Feud is going to go down below deck.
Simon sighs and casts mage armor on himself.
I'm prepared. That's a field promotion. You are now First Lieutenant Simon Hale.
Thank you, sir.
Captain Gert, it is good he is not in charge. I am not good at Simon Says.
Ugh.
Oh, collective view. That's why you are commander.
That ugh is both in and out of character.
Zoe, you're going to go fly the ship?
I am.
All right. And then Gert. My God. You're the one who's actually
Just taking
the
turns.
captain of the ship.
He's holding on to the mainsail, just hanging off the side, doing full-on hair flapping in the wind.
A pirate.
Yeah,
He's
just
like-
full-on
he's like
pirate
Titanic.
pose.
He's the best man for the job.
He's holding feud in the movie. All right. Then in that case, everyone gathers into their position, getting ready for whatever may come next. So let's see here. Zoe, as you take your spot at the spell-jamming helm here, this one's a little different from the others. Instead of a spell-jamming helm that is a seat that you sit in, this one you actually stand up in what appears to be sort of like a glowing greenish arcane root circle. Up ahead of it as you step inside is what appears to be like a ship's wheel, though it's attached to a mixture of metal and wood that sets it into the ground ahead of you. On the wheel itself, on the interior, and on the attachment that keeps it stuck into the floor ahead of you are runic patterns. And as you begin to slip your hands around the wheel gripping it, you feel a sensation begin to take hold. You feel as though your senses begin to expand. Have your sight, your smell, your hearing, all your normal senses, but now it feels as though you are in some ways the Spelljammer itself, like an extension, appendage. You can look around the ship and you can see, almost as if you had the chameleon eyes around the ship itself. You can also get the sense, although it's not exactly like being able to see a perfect image in your mind, you can still get a pinging sensation of who is on the ship and where they're at, so you know where everyone is at once. Up ahead of you, you can see a viewport. The wall ahead is just made from glass and you can see through it. And just by willing yourself to begin to pump some of your arcane energies as you focus your mind on piloting the ship, it begins to slowly pull off of the ground.
Oh, just like riding a bike, I hope.
There is a sensation of arcane energies almost being pulled from you. It's almost like you can feel your blood moving through your arms and up to your fingertips, like the arcane signature is being slowly sapped into the helm. But it's not a bad feeling right now. Just know that it is slowly and surely drawing arcane power from you in order to pilot the ship itself. It begins to slowly pick up off of the ground and begin to rise higher. Higher. You know that although there are 12 hours total before the object itself interacts with Earth, you know that there is much less than that. Only a few hours that remain before it reaches zero barrier, a point at no return.
Well, let's get going.
Yo.
Ominous.
John, you stand on the top deck, and although it's, like a nicely sized ship, each of you can hear one another. You're able to make out each other's positions, and if you yell, despite where you're at on the ship, everyone can hear one another, even you, Zoe, in Spelljamming quarters. Coming from you, John, is what sounds like a broadcasted voice of General Tavik that ekes out as he says,
"All right, crew. The asteroid has reached the 10th barrier and is continuing to drop. This leaves us little time to do your job. Get up there, get landed, and get into the core, and drop that load."
Consider it dropped, General.
Zoe, seeing the large, imposing, silhouetted object of the asteroid up ahead, you begin to push the ship now that you're clear of the landing bay platform and of the Midus Blu site itself. It begins to pick up speeds faster. It's not long before your ship is traveling at high velocities. As you continue towards the large asteroid itself, you begin to pass through several areas where rocky debris is etched off of the asteroid as pieces of it connect and crumble together, thrown towards each of you from the sheer size of the asteroid object itself. As one of the asteroid pieces begins to slowly be slung your way up ahead, I'll need you each to make a check. Captain Gert, please give me a survival or persuasion check to command the crew efficiently.
Persuasion check. All right, y'all. Let's move like we're smart enough to feed arm Varaxes after Equinox.
Oh, I don't know what that means, but I'm extremely inspired.
I know
Oh,
exactly
nice.
what that means.
A natty 20.
That is a natty 26 in total, natural 20.
There you go. Don't worry.
Somehow makes sense.
Don't worry about that stuff, Kevin. This is basically a skill check. Zoe, you can see through the glass ahead of you. The large piece of debris, this rocky debris that begins flying towards you. I need you to give me an Arcana or Perception check to be able to maneuver the ship in order to try and avoid the debris.
Arcana or Perception?
Either one.
12.
All right.
Perception. 12
You
perception.
try to maneuver the ship, but it doesn't look like it's going to be in time to avoid the asteroid. But you do, or the asteroid debris. You do hear Gert up above, though, yelling to his shipmates in order to get them in place to either fire the weapons on board, which is the ballista or the trebuchet, or for each of them to try and maneuver the sails of the ship in order to help you out to twist and turn this to either blow through the chunks or to just avoid these debris pieces altogether. Shipmates, which is the rest of you, I'm going to need either an athletics or acrobatics check from each of you to either fire through the debris or help the ship avoid it.
Is the general idea sails is acrobatics and weapons is athletics?
It's like whatever you're needed to be. So it's just you can make the check, and we'll assume you go to that station.
To pull the sails, would you consider that a grapple athletics?
Sure.
I'll fish for advantage.
I have advantage on athletics checks, so
Oh, fantastic.
Oh,
22.
All right. Ruckus, you run over and grip at one of the sails, twisting it to help Zoe out to maneuver the ship. She controls it, but you are flying through here, and you can attempt to try and maneuver and help position the ship in the right orientation by doing this. Good stuff. What about you, Collective?
13 total.
All right,
Athletic.
Collective. You come over and grapple yourself, wrapping your pseudopod gooey arms around one of the sails, trying to twist it and turn it the correct way. It seems to be a little jammed, and you have a tough time turning it the correct way, though. Let's see. Up next is going to be John. What are you doing?
I am doing 10 athletics. I was gonna try and just throw my weight so we skitter around the asteroid.
You're just so heavy. You're just gonna weigh the ship to the side.
I have a built-in anti-gravity unit. He opens up his chest and there's just like this wong.
I didn't know that. I can help with that. We'll do that next round.
Okay, sure. What was your check total?
10. Big old
All right.
10.
You throw your weight to one side of the ship using your anti-grav technology to try and attempt to shift it to the correct means. It doesn't pull the ship fully in the way that you're hoping. Finally, let's have a check from Simon.
It was 15 on acrobatics.
Hey.
I was wheels around and grabs a loose rope with mage hand and pulls it taut.
All right. Your ship begins to shift to the side, and although some of you had some trouble, collectively you're able to pull the sails along with Zoe captaining and Gert yelling for each of you to take your positions, such that the ship barely dodges the first piece of debris that slings by you all. One out of the way, you continue to press forward towards the ship itself. As you continue to press on, there are more pieces up ahead, 2 this time, that begin to be broken off from the larger asteroid body that are slung your way. Again. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, Simon wheels around and is the gravity drive. Let me see it. Simon's mage hand goes over and punches a few buttons on the interior of John, and I'm gonna adjust density on John. Your speed decreases by 10, but you have advantage on strength checks and strength saving throws for a minute.
Excellent.
You're even heavier than you were before.
The wood boards are cracking underneath your feet.
This
You're
is amazing.
He's like Shredder from the end of TMNT 2, The Secret of Ooze. Everybody remember that?
No.
Yes.
Oh no! I'm showing my age. It's a good movie. Don't watch it.
I remember, Jason. I
Okay,
remember.
Good.
Ninja, rap.
Yeah, there you go. All right. I'm gonna need another check. Zoe, you see 2 pieces now, large incoming. Give me another check, please.
Cast guidance on myself, right?
Yeah, you can. Yep.
Okay,
If it's a person you can see yourself.
I cast guidance on myself, but I
Oh.
don't need to because I got a nat 20.
Oh my gosh. The natty 20, good
Why
stuff.
can't we roll this well in our normal game?
Literally never.
Yeah.
Never.
Garyconlive, have us on more often for just our normal Friday night games. This is nice rolls.
Especially next episode, jeez.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Zoe, you grip the wheel and do the thing where you spin it to the side, trying to pull the ship and using your arcane energies to will the ship to move out of the way of both asteroids. And it begins to move, though they still seem to be coming towards the general direction. Gert, please assist the crew by issuing out your commands with another check.
Hold tougher than beholder's gaze. We got incoming.
I love
Nice.
Gert so much.
That's an 18.
Nice.
This is like dodging anacondas in the Everglades.
You got it. Promotion for you. You are now Lieutenant Zoe from Ensign.
Gert yells out his orders for each of you to take your places, those of you who are shipmates on the top deck, to help and assist with the last bits of trying to dodge a dual set of incoming asteroid debris up ahead. Simon, give me another check for you.
Okay, gonna do acrobatics again, I guess. That's all I got. 11.
All right, you do your best in terms of trying to pull the ropes to help maneuver the sails and get it adjusted in the right way. Raucous, what do you do?
Athletics once again.
I believe in you guys.
18. I figure
Right.
I like grab a rope that's coming off like one of the wings and like literally just pull it up and kind of help turn the ship. Try to avoid things.
You're a big, beefy GIF man. You grip the sail and try to pull as hard as you can. Good stuff. The collective, let's see yours.
No problem.
Come on, buddy, you can do it. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh my
That's
goodness.
a 26 total.
All right. Unnatty even. That's a high check. Nice. All right.
It's not even my final
What do you
power.
do to help get the ship out of the way of these asteroid debris pieces?
Is that me?
Yes.
Going to wrap his entire body, their entire body, around the side of one of the sails and slowly bend it down to do one of a banking maneuver to pass right through it so the wings don't get clipped.
Nice. This is becoming some Star Wars stuff. I love it. Okay. And finally, John, you have been helped out by Simon. What do you do?
He takes a big old running jump.
You have advantage
Oh, advantage.
because you're heavy as hell.
Advantage. He takes a big old flying leap and bam, just face plants right into the deck on the
See?
same side.
That's probably like
We don't
5
just
tons.
right to the horizon. We do a full 360 through it. We go like Anakin
Yeah.
Skywalker.
Seeing that
Like
the
stop,
rest
stop.
of the sails are being careened and tried to pull it to the side so you can quite literally go vertical to dodge these two. John, you throw your weight to the side of the ship. You hear the wood crack underneath your weight as you land almost like a belly flop. And the entire ship, as these two asteroid debris pieces begin to zoom towards you, the ship begins to shift now, turning. But you're in the space bubble of the air envelope that surrounds the ship, so no one falls off or anything since you're in wild space. Your ship goes fully vertical as it slims by in between the two pieces as it continues to do like a full 60 now before fully coming back upright, dodging the two asteroid debris pieces.
Awesome.
You all can see now, up ahead and nearby, that just like you are all doing, so too are the other two hammerhead ships that are at your sides, probably about 300 or so feet out, dodging and weaving the same themselves through this cluster of asteroid debris that's being flung your way. Finally, you see up ahead the clearance area where you could be able to land onto the asteroid itself, but one more final large asteroid chunk sits in your way.
Oh, jeez.
I need one more round of checks from everyone.
Can
All
can I take a piece of ammunition and catapult it instead of do my spell? Like try to knock it off course or something?
I'll say you can get advantage from your check for doing that, yes.
Okay, I cast catapult and do an acrobatics.
All right. As you get that ready, Zoe, one more final piece. This one much larger, probably 10 times the size of the others, and much more imposing and more difficult to dodge at the speed you're going at. What do you do?
Zoe guides herself again. Oh, if somebody dies while I'm driving the ship, that's gonna be so much paperwork.
Hunker down like an owl bear ready for supper. You can get this done.
That's a 16, and I'm gonna add my D4.
Okay, good.
It's going. Oh, that's a 4, so that's a dirty 20.
Okay. Zoe, you do your best to put the full force of your arcane energies through yourself and into the spelljamming wheel in order to push the ship either above or below to skirt by this thing. As you do that, Gert, up on top deck, one more obstacle standing in your way. What do you do?
one more obstacle. You need another check, or?
Yep, one more check.
Come on, don't act like gelatinous cubes now. Let's go.
Oh,
22.
Zoe, mark that down. That's kind of insensitive with the collective on board.
I'm gonna have to file report on that. I'm so sorry.
Which common trait about
Just
the
keep driving. 10 and 2. 10 and 2.
All right, good job, Gert. You issue out these commands to the others as to the best of your abilities. Simon, I think you already made your check. What do you do?
18, I take like a light cannonball or ballista bolt or something and just using gravity magic, fling it at the asteroid on the edge to sort of put some backspin on it and hopefully veer it off.
Yeah, you fire this off at an accelerated rate, maybe even faster than the actual ballistas themselves, using your enhanced magical capabilities. The ballista bolt shoots out, and this rock is so large, your ballista hits the side and you see pieces of it sheared off that are broken. And it looks like this may help you avoid some of the extremities of it, but the rock is so large and imposing it doesn't fully move itself. It still stands in your way. Ruckus! Or check.
Ruckus is Kevin.
Kev?
Yeah, sorry. I was just trying to think. Sorry. Oh.
Nice!
Oh, I don't know why. Sorry. Yeah, 20. Dirty 20.
All right. What do you do,
On
Ruckus?
athletic.
Are you still
Athletic.
pulling at one of the sails?
I believe that's probably the best I can do. We don't have any other ballistas or anything.
You're doing great, sir. Keep it up.
I got it.
All right, good stuff. As you pull hard on that, the collective, let's see your check.
The checks that go really, mine went through really slow.
Yeah.
So I just
that
might
is
take
a,
a second.
Don't mention it. It's
23 total.
All right, and what are you doing, collective?
As John smashed into the deck, the collective grabbed onto the edge of the wing and launched themselves straight in the air, and then came back down to counterbalance and hit the other side like a seesaw.
Oh my gosh. All right, good stuff. And then finally, John.
John, continue being heavy!
I can do that. He just kind of marble rolls to the other side. Oh, here I go. That is a 19.
No.
All right, good stuff. As you smash into the deck of the ship, hopefully not landing in the same spot where you crack the wood so that you don't just fall through.
That would have been a funny crit fail, though.
The ship itself, yeah. I was waiting for a crit fail. That would have been so good. Everyone working together collectively, despite having met each other quite literally maybe an hour ago, you all launch yourselves in your different spots, trying to push through this one final obstacle. The ship begins to pull down and towards the side where you clipped off some of the nearby refuse of the debris rock here, Simon. And as it does, it just barely clips into the ship itself. Splays and flecks of wood splinter across the area, and everyone please make a dexterity saving throw.
Make like a bunch of kobolds scatter.
Ooh, 6.
Does my weight have any influence on this?
Does not. Only strength, and it only gives you advantage.
Woo!
It just makes you slower to move. Like, physically, like with your feet.
Those who passed a DC 18 take half of this.
Oh, no.
At it.
Those who don't take the full 32 points of bludgeoning damage.
Ow! Ow!
Oh, no.
Ty goes to the runner.
Yeah, Ty does go to the runner. Oh, dear. I'm at 5 hit points. Dang,
And,
I rolled really well on that, too. Son of a gun.
You can mark your tokens.
Is it 18 total?
Yes, DC is 18. Zoe, you feel
Simon socked that.
you feel as the ship just sort of clips by, the whole ship shudders. You can see flecks of wood down at the base where the spelljamming helm wheel is slightly thrown up, detached just a bit from its base. as the cracking continues around, as you kind of grip and hold on as tightly as you can as it passes by here. As you pass...
Zoe's gonna start casting mending.
All right, one... there's a joke here. I won't do it. One hand on the wheel and another hand using mending to try and heal the stuff down below. You throw out and try to fix the damage on the wheel as you continue to drive the spell-jamming ship. It continues to press on. Zoe, you and everyone else, up ahead, you can see the surface of what appears to be the asteroid itself.
It was splinters that got us, or like chunks of the rock.
Yeah, like a mixture. It'd be bludgeoning.
Yeah, Simon is like knocked all the way back into Raucous and is basically almost incapacitated by it.
As this happens, each of you hear something. A sudden cracking sound blares out from the asteroid. You each see, everywhere where everyone is, whether you're up on the top deck, Zoe inside looking out through your viewport, see a large gargantuan shadow that streaks past your party's ship. You follow where it goes, looking towards where it swept. You turn to your left. You no longer see a hammerhead ship over on the side.
Oh no.
Surface just up ahead, you hear more cracking as it continues, and the shadow stretches out from the asteroid again towards your ship. Zoe, you pull hard, making one final check, and you see as the long silhouetted object of whatever this is careens nearby your ship, nearly tearing it in half as more flecks of wood splinter around, but no one needs to make any checks. You all turn to look just as you dodge by it. The shadow overtakes the other hammerhead ship on the other side as it crashes into the surface of the asteroid.
Captain, are you seeing this?
Oh, I'm seeing it. Don't have to be a displacer beast to know we gotta get out of here.
What's happening?
Like it's just us.
Zoe!
Did we lose contact to the escorts? What's happening?
They're gone.
Oh.
Zoe, you can see the surface up ahead just as you look to see whatever those things were. Now, right up ahead of you, the surface that you need to immediately land. Make one more final Arcana or Perception check.
Jason, you're clipping really bad, buddy.
Oh, am I?
You may need to reconnect or something.
Yeah,
Oh, here, hang on. Let me pop out and come back in.
You know?
All right, how about that? Am I better?
Yeah.
I think so.
So far.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Zoe, give me one more final Arcana or Perception check as you are careening towards the surface of the asteroid.
17.
Nice.
All right, pretty good. With a 17, you quickly pull the wheel, shifting the ship because you're sort of in wild space. You're at any angle, and you quickly try to upright the ship so that it lands with the bottom half landing on the surface of the ship itself. It comes slowing down. Everyone tries to brace for impact, grabbing either to the side of the ship, you, Zoe, to the wheel, as the ship shudders down, landing with a solid thud. Everyone's thrown around just a bit, but it's all superficial damage as the ship comes to a stop.
Is everyone okay? Does anybody need any healing?
I can't feel my arm or the left side of my body.
Simon needs to get checked out.
The collective walks up next to Simon and just has literally a giant shard of wood about like 3 feet long inside of him, slowly just pulls it out and sets it down.
Yeah, just like straight through your head, just...
I'm gonna do... I'm so nervous because I know we're not gonna rest, so I don't know what spells I should use.
mean, Zoe doesn't know that. We as players do, but Zoe...
That's true. That's true. You're pretty banged up. I'm gonna give you a 3rd level healing word.
8.
8. Could have been better.
Wow.
Thank you for the assistance. But I think I need a moment to catch my breath, if it's all right.
First Lieutenant Simon.
First Lieutenant. Oh, once we step foot off the ship, I'm still in charge. I just want you to know that.
First Lieutenant, soon to be Captain Simon.
Oh, Captain.
2 questions. Do we have enough time to take a moment to rest
That is
before?
hopefully what I was angling to. I don't think I'm fit to work in this state. And frankly, Ruckus doesn't look so good either, although he doesn't have a shard of splintered wood sticking out of his chest cavity.
Second question. Do we know if the asteroid has its own gravity or not?
I mean, I'd know that, right? That it has some sort of gravity.
You all have landed on it, and it feels as though, as you look around, it looks as though it probably has its own sense of gravity if you step back.
Yes, it should be able to sustain us. I'm not sure of the exact gravitational pull, but it should be enough for us to keep our bearings.
If you could see a smile form on the collective's face, very well. And his body goes from a stickier kind of goo substance into almost like a flubber, like a shiny, sheened, rubbery type.
Is this something plasmoids can do?
I can shift from choose once a day, either climb on things or jump or swim. So I can jump 3 times my distance.
It is like flubber. So we had like 10 hours, right, Jason? Because it was at barrier 10.
Well, barrier 10, but that doesn't mean 10 hours.
Oh. What does that mean? Can I make it?
Estimate? Yeah.
You know that it is 2-way to speak to General Tarvis through John. If you need
Oh,
to.
yeah. General Tarvis, can you hear me?
You hear the General speak through John.
That's so disturbing.
General Tarvis here.
What's our time?
Looks like the object has reached the 9th barrier, and it appears as though I've lost contact with the other crews. You'll have to unfortunately press on alone.
But do we have an estimate till 0 barrier?
It's difficult to tell. The object appears to be moving in several different velocities. If I could put an estimate on it, I would say there is maybe an hour and a half.
Oh my goodness. Well, I guess we gotta keep going then, because we can't take the hour to short rest.
Yeah.
I mean, I can do. I don't know how much it'll help. I have mass healing word.
Don't worry about me.
Save. Do you have like healing spirit or anything like that? Anything that could like? Okay, darn.
You see Ruckus kind of take a breath, and just pushes his hand on his chest, and it kind of glows a little bit. Do not worry about me.
Fair enough.
Do you
have anything beefier than healing word, like cure wounds or anything like that?
No, I don't think so.
You all see his feud.
I should have taken false life.
Feud steps out of the captain's quarters, sort of gaining their and adjusting their position again, stand upright.
Well, good news, everyone. The payload did not detonate, killing us all.
I noticed. Thank you for the status update.
I see you are wounded.
Like, Simon just coughs up blood after yelling at you. Yes, I am wounded, but we don't have time to rest. We must find a structural weakness and begin the drilling process.
This is good news. If the payload was stored inside of your body, it surely would have likely detonated.
I would not have swallowed the payload. That's ridiculous. But you're right.
Not need to swallow it. They would have medically opened up your chest and fit it inside, as they did me.
Yeah.
He is correct. Premature detonation would have been a problem.
And this is why you were below deck.
That is true. We were good to send him down there. All right. Everyone, prepare for embarking upon the surface of the celestial body.
I'm sorry about your wounds, Simon. I wish I could do more.
It's quite all right, Zoe. The flying was magnificent. Had you taken those turns any less sharply, we would almost certainly be in a worse spot. And Gert, as much as it pains me to say, your utter nonsense was inspiring.
Well, I've been called worse by better, but I hope you feel all right, bud. Don't this thing status report all my commanders? Don't we have some sort of emergency medical supplies on here?
Probably not, right? Do we have like a first aid
have budget cuts
right?
too? Can't find no
it would
bandages
be
or nothing.
it would be like, you know, we would have to take a short rest to like use a first aid kit anyway, so like it wouldn't.
Well,
really.
if you want,
Potions on board.
if you want to spend a couple minutes, you could each make a investigation or perception check.
Oh, I'm gonna do that just because if Simon's at 13 health.
Space Corps record says there must be healing apparatus on every flyable ship.
That's what are these rolls? How are we rolling so well? It's a critical success on investigation for 27.
All right.
Perception or investigation?
Yeah.
They're like a mini bar in the captain's lounge or something. There's a bunch of potions stockpiled somewhere.
Just remember, everybody, with if we get back to Earth, health expenses will be fully paid by Midus Blu.
All right. Our health insurance package is pretty good.
Yes, something to look forward to.
You've all got your deductible, right?
Oh no.
It is a pretty high deductible, but once you meet that,
then you
it
only
is
have to pay that 30% co-insurance.
Zoe, I did my open enrollment this year, right?
We're getting too real.
It's too real. It's too real. We gotta stop. As you all, you know, what's the term? Is it expeditiously?
Yeah.
As you expeditiously search the ship, you're all able to find they are basic, but you find 3 potions of heat.
Oh, chug 2 of them.
Yeah.
Just basic potions of healing, right?
And here, before you heal your character token, let me move maps here.
Okay.
Should still have your health in it.
Yep.
Here we go. Oh, good.
Of course.
That was a 5, and the second one is a 7.
You got a hole there. You gotta, cover that way it don't leak out. You want to kind of swallow the medicine.
Thank you for the. Wow, I have so much less health than everyone.
Yeah.
I'm a wizard.
Wizards.
Who should hold on to the last one just in case?
The
I
cleric.
probably have the furthest movement.
Okay.
Wait, one of you is blistering fast. You get it.
Who's blistering fast?
Wasn't somebody super crazy fast? No.
I can make you guys fast.
Okay, then it was me. I'm the one that's fast.
I've got a base movement of 40.
That's pretty fast, dude.
I can bonus action to fly twice my speed.
Oh wow.
That's you.
Yeah. I mean, in character, Simon would probably give it to John anyway as the utility droid.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Just
Given.
use it on me in case I get another face full of space debris, please.
I will make sure that you do not die.
Oh, good. All right, so how do we begin the drilling process, Jason?
Right.
Do we have any idea of where to start?
As you each begin to step off of your ship and onto the asteroid itself, stepping out of the air pocket, the air here is somewhat warm despite being an asteroid. You're able to breathe through your fish suits, so oxygen is fine, and likely probably assume that this may even have an air envelope around it as it's a massive object itself. Stay in your suits just in case. The ground beneath you still continues to rumble. Irregular sensations. This object here. And as you begin to step further away from your Star Whale ship, John, coming from you, you hear a low-emitting beeping signal that begins to emit from your interior. You remember that you were equipped with this to help ping you and get you to the right spot, the most efficient area for digging operations to get further deep down into the core of the asteroid.
I believe the location device is shifted during transporting. I can feel this strong pull from about my waist area. It's leading me this way.
Lead the way so we can drill this asteroid.
You all continue to go along, following the beeping. You notice, John, that as you go in certain directions, the beeping picks up a little bit, and you begin to sort of use that as like a wishbone or a wayfinder to begin to slowly head towards the beeping as it begins to pick up in its sort of erratic nature. You continue along, passing through the dark sort of obsidian rocky debris that's just tossed around this relatively featureless area, moving through narrow passages of sharp upraised rock that shoot all around here, hearing the continuing sound of shifting churning of the rock rumbling around you. After about 15 or 20 minutes, everyone give me a perception.
Ooh.
Oh no. Okay.
16 for me. I think that's the highest.
Big old 4.
The beeping is continuing to pick up, and all of you are actively trying to keep your eyes peeled for this area that may be the best for digging. As you continue to look around, Gert and Zoe, you notice something. Floating about 30-40 feet away from it appears to be the visage of what looks like a humanoid, floating at about 5-10 feet up in the air. Their form is very faint, transparent, barely visible. But as you two notice it, you watch as it begins to turn and points over to an area. As you look along with it, and as the beeping continues to pick up, you notice up ahead an area of sharp upturned rock where John's signal continues to grow.
John, are you sure the signal is leading us towards something, or do you just need more toner or something?
Oh, it's definitely this way.
Gert, both you and Zoe turn.
Terrible sound for proximity.
That's the worst.
Gert and Zoe, as you turn to try and see the figure, made of almost this sort of faint, barely visible, just light, you turn and notice that it's gone.
I'll be.
What was
Gert,
that?
You saw that too, right?
Oh, I saw it.
So what?
I knew that this was all what it was.
What did you see?
It was a person of like light just standing there, floating.
Floating. just billowing away in all his glory.
Come to think of it, did anyone get a good look at what took out those ships?
It was like a shadow.
Could not make it out.
A shadow. Can Simon do some kind of nature check? Is there something particular about this rock that we're standing on that's unusual?
Sure, yeah, you guys can knowledge checks, absolutely.
An unnatural 20.
Now that you are closer, even though you are part of the team that detected this rock, Simon.
Fish for a crit.
Okay.
I'll advantage that.
Whoa! 26, but that's not a crit, but it's still a
Still
26.
pretty high check.
Yeah.
Yeah, Simon, now that you set foot down on this asteroid, its shape is incredibly irregular. And you hear the sound of almost like the surface rubbing against one another. It's plates of the surface of the asteroid rubbing against. It's unnatural. You're not sure what to do. You also know that whatever those silhouettes were that took out the other two ships and nearly yours would not be a natural part of any asteroid.
It's just a theory at this point, but we can't rule out the hypothesis that what we're standing on is either alive or housing some sort of living organism. Everyone stay on alert, especially if there's ghosts floating about or whatever it is you saw.
You see, it is not fate. Gert was correct.
They always tell me that I'm not, but I know what I'm talking about.
Wait, correct about what? What do you mean?
What are you alluding to?
There's no illusions other than what you've been told. This is not an asteroid.
He got the illusion wrong. Oh my god, I love this character so much.
This is but a vessel housing a great and powerful being. It's going to bring prosperity to Earth, and they don't want it to happen.
Wait. Let me be clear here. You're still on board with the mission, right?
Oh, I am.
Okay.
So you do or do not want what?
We will be rewarded.
Scientists? You're the same. You seem different though. Pointing between Simon and Gert.
This is the housing imprisonment of a great and powerful being. The corporations of the consortium do not want to make it to Earth. You're going to free it by causing a great calamity explosion from the inside.
Oh my goodness. It makes me mad that that's so close to the theory that I had. That makes me very angry, actually.
Gert and I are not much different.
Don't you and I are not much different speech. You can't do that.
I mean, you guys came to the same conclusion.
Yes, I'm right.
The collective looks over.
Taught, and he's got to hear it from somebody.
Explain it to them as you did to me. Ruckus would understand.
Wait,
Rocket.
Did you just say that to me?
Gert explained it to me as the center of the Debbie. There is a cream filling. That creature is. You understand, yes, Ruckus?
Sorry. I certainly don't want to, step on your beliefs, Gert. There's several policies about that, but I just want to be very clear that we're here to just keep this asteroid from hitting Earth. So we just need to do whatever we need to.
Yes.
To keep it from hitting Earth.
Yes, the story that they have told you to keep you calm is what we are going to do.
Okay.
You are still Lieutenant Commander.
Okay, yeah. She's writing. She starts furiously writing in her clipboard.
Is John still whooping?
You know what they say, the enemy of my enemy is friend. This way. Woo!
This is like a Monty Python sketch. Just out of the blue.
Oh my god.
John, the signal seems to pick up the further you all continue to head toward this area of sharp, upturned rock.
This is the one. This is it.
It certainly seems like it could be a structural instability.
Woo!
As you all press on, getting closer, the beeping nearly becomes a full string of sound.
Oh no.
As up ahead, pushing up from the surface of the asteroid, appears to be some sort of tower made from a dark, obsidian-like material.
When you say tower, does it literally look like there might be architectural qualities to it, or it's like a towering spire of rock?
It looks like the architecture of a tower that is jutting up from the surface of the asteroid itself.
It was this. I don't remember seeing anything about this in the briefing materials. Do you know what this is, Simon?
No, I don't. And I don't remember us detecting anything like this either. We should find an entrance. If there's a tower that goes up, it might also go deeper into the structure as well.
Right, each of you press forward. I'm going to try and check around the structure. Perception.
We'll try to investigate it.
Survival.
15 perception.
Oh no, Gert's gonna find it.
It's a big old 10 for me.
17.
Ugh, 8.
Both you, Simon, and Gert, as you begin to climb up some of the rock refuse here, trying to find, as you mentioned, some type of structure that may lead you to a door or an entrance to what appears to be, for all intents and purposes, actual tower. You don't find a door, but with your perception checks, you instead find a cracked window, no glass or anything there, just completely open that you could crawl through.
Oh.
Fute turns to each of you and says,
Well, look at that. No digging necessary. It appears as though you could go back to the ship now, Ruckus.
I would prefer if he stayed. The more of us here, I mean, let's be frank, we don't know what we're going to find inside.
Why would I return to the ship? You need me.
I suppose we might. Sure.
Sir is a wonderful problem solver. I've never seen a problem that he cannot smash or drill his way through.
Doesn't know
Lieutenant Commander.
Fute, right? Like Fute's just like the bomb. That's all he is.
Didn't catch the first part of it, but
Zoe doesn't know Fute, right?
no, you never met.
Okay.
Could I take an insight check on Feud?
Sure.
It's 14. Trying to determine if the bot maybe has other intentions.
No, the bot is an idiot.
Oh, he's Claptrap.
Oh.
That's who he is.
Yeah, Lieutenant Commander, belay that last order. Ensign, you will not derive the orders of my crew. I need you to follow your command and follow the leader. That's Simon.
Yes, very well. I'll go. Simon very, very sheepishly looks through the opening of the tower.
Commander, take lead for us, please.
Which one is commander?
The collective would be the commander.
Yes, follow us this way.
Yes, of course. You first, of course. It makes the most sense.
You can fit it easy.
Collective's gonna try to head forward and slime their way in.
Yeah.
It's easy enough for you, Collective, to be able to squeeze your way through this sort of smaller, somewhat crushed and misshapen window frame. Slip inside. There is what appears to be a small space here with no discernible details or interior objects. The only thing that stands out, a spiraling, descending staircase down into dark.
A staircase? What in the world is happening? How old does this staircase look? Has it been here for a while? Is there like erosion? Some sort of dust coating on everything?
Make a check.
All right. History?
Yeah, that's fine.
They're all the same for. Oh, I mean, come on.
What is it? A natural 20.
It's a natty 20, 27.
Again.
Another one.
Another.
Simon, this tower is old. Its construction has existed for some time. However, the way of the shifting of rocks, dilapidated state, now pushing out from the exterior of the asteroid. This, with your history check, do some quick analysis, proves to be very maybe within the past week.
Oh wow, that is reason. Someone has beat us to the punch, it seems. I can imagine that whatever figure you saw on the surface, and perhaps whatever attacked the other ships, might be dwelling below.
But for what reason?
Maybe I should just go back to the ship, you know.
No, Zoe. We can't have anyone doing any HR violations on our watch.
It is company policy to remain in the group that you came with.
Yes, you are his keeper. You are the human resources. Please take control of the human.
Okay. Yeah, I can do this. Yeah, totally.
Would Mom like some tea?
Do you have anything, with some caffeine or?
I think maybe caffeine-free might be the best option at this point. That's
oh, great.
Something a bit calming for her.
Chamomile.
Diet meat seltzer.
Oh, love a good meat seltzer.
So,
That doesn't surprise me.
what do you want to do?
Let's start descending.
Yeah, we gotta.
Was there a way that the rest of us could get in?
It's cramped to get in, and in fact, some of the other crew may have to get towards your back end, Raucus, and give a little bit of a extra push to fit you through. Some of the sort of black obsidian stone that makes up the window frame kind of cracking as you're pushed through, but you and everyone else is able to make it here. The space here is cramped, and the structure almost looks like it has collapsed in somewhat from the maybe pressure or something of the rock itself of the nearby area, but you all do notice a descending, spiraling stair. Somewhat relative.
Fun way to go.
Let's go.
Right. As you begin to descend, does anyone have any light sources?
Any what?
Any what?
Light sources.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
As a cantrip, Zoe has light.
Oh, nice.
Right. What do you cast that on?
Oh wait. Light is what I'm thinking of, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, an object.
I'm an object.
Here, I got this crystal you can use.
I'm an object. Don't compare yourself so poorly. I also have dancing lights, so I'll like project the string of dancing lights about like, I don't know, like 60 feet in front of us, and sort of like guide the way down the staircase while the light from Zoe is on us.
Yeah, Zoe casts it on her clipboard.
Okay.
Nice.
So she
So
can wave on with it.
yeah, it sheds bright light in a 20-foot radius, and dim light for an additional 20 feet.
Okay. Lighting the way here, this long staircase continues to descend. It's cramped, each of you essentially having to file one by one. Some parts of it nearly collapsed in from being buried in the rock of the asteroid itself. You have to climb over some rubble and stuff as you continue to descend. Continue to press down. Feels like it's 10 storm. 12. 15 storm. Continue on maybe about 20, 25 stories. It's hard to tell at this point before more cracking of earth begins to sound around you. The entire interior begins to quake. Each of you try to go and grip onto something nearby, but there is no accents on the walls or anything to grab onto. Everyone give me a dexterity saving.
Ooh.
Oh my gosh. Ooh.
Kurt jumps on the wall like a fucking spider monkey, apparently.
Yeah, Kurt's just like
19 total.
killing it.
Everybody who rolled under a 12 takes 19 points.
Oh my god! I'm back down to 5 again! Son of a gun!
Jason, you're gonna kill us before we even get out.
Simon literally just Star Trekked into the wall.
Oh.
Those who pass take half.
Okay, I feel like it's a mass healing word moment. Am I wrong?
I mean,
Pretty good.
Can I have the potion, please?
Take the.
You look terrible,
A
son.
giant rock just fell on my head. I still have splinters in my sternum. It's been a rough mission so far.
I mean, I'm down to only 8.
I forget for D&D, for half of 19, do we take 9 or 10?
You round down, so it,
9.
Down.
I'm capricious. I round up.
I don't understand. Are your forms not used to this form of contact?
Yes, we are not used to rocks falling on us.
I have a desk job.
Rocks.
I mean,
You know what?
falling
Because
rock.
I don't think I'm gonna use another 4th level spell. I'm gonna go ahead and just mass healing word.
I mean, if we do run into some trouble, it's probably going to be a good idea.
okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead and heal up. What's it look like? when you
11.
do this, Zoe?
Nice.
Zoe, mass healing word. Zoe takes out her clipboard. Well, she already has it. And she starts reading positive affirmations.
Nothing to it but to do it.
Yeah. 11 healing for everybody.
Nice.
Because it's up to 6 people, so. Hey, it's better than nothing.
We were
Work on constructs.
we were truly wrong. You are truly the resourceful human.
Did you heal Zoe?
Alright.
Like on her token.
On her token.
There. I'm at a big old 19.
Do your token.
Ooh.
Could you check to see if it heals constructs?
Mass healing word.
You're a
It says-
warforged,
You're a
right?
warforged.
Oh, is that not?
Yeah, it says
Yeah.
it says creatures, so
Oh, okay.
You are creatures.
wait.
Right?
Well, it says this spell has no effect on undead or constructs.
Yeah, I forget how
Warforged have souls. You
So I think
pretty sure you can heal them.
I'll say
double
yes.
check while we move on.
I'll say yes.
Yeah.
All right. Brushing yourselves off as Zoe reads off some positive affirmation. Not only seems to be soothing to also quite literally physically bodies healing some of your to
one of them's just a picture of a cat.
Just remember, everyone, if you stop buying that avocado toast, you'll be able to own property.
Have too real.
Ugh. If you have $1 million property by the time you're 14, you're wasting your time.
How far down do I feel like we've gone, Jason?
about 25 stories.
Oof, wow.
The area up ahead seems to level out, probably a floor down.
I want to cast Divine Sense, Jason, or activate it, or however that works for a paladin.
Okay, that do.
As an action, I can detect good and evil until the end of your next turn. You can sense anything afflicted by the Hollow spell, or know the location of any celestial, fiend, undead within 60 feet. That is not behind total cover. You can use this. Yeah. So I'm just trying to feel what's out there.
Okay. Do you sense good and evil, or is it just those particular creature types?
No, I can detect good and evil.
You nearly topple over, falling to your feet as a overwhelming sense of evil
Does it feel like it's like ahead of us? I'm assuming you said.
Raucous. You nearly topple over because you feel it all around you. It is a overwhelming. Never felt anything powerful.
Okay.
There is, this immense evil everywhere.
Evil? I don't know how you know that, but all the more reason to press onward and drop this load.
We must hurry.
It's getting too much to hold in.
As you press ahead, the area, the atmosphere, the air comes filled with stench. Becomes hot and damp. The tower that led you down here levels out. The bottom portion of it broken off, and you're not sure where the rest of it. But as you use your arcane lights to light up the area up ahead, you can see, stepping out of the tunnel, that it leads to a corridor of deep, pulsating red lights, and up ahead, an orifice expands and contracts inside of.
Gross. We're getting dead space up in here.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not rock. That's not rock.
No, it is not.
Gert, this is truly your home.
It's more than I could ever imagined, but just thankful I got to see it.
John, are we near the detonation point? Please don't tell me we have to go into the flesh tunnel.
The more you descend, John, the more your signal.
Woo! He just says.
I'll take the woo as we must now go into the flesh tunnel. I'm sure it'll come out in a wash.
As you approach the pulsating orifice in the wall, it begins to...
I'm calling it that. I'm calling
It begins to retract as you near it. You can hear the squishing sound underneath your feet, and it begins to open, and rather large, allowing you a view of the area up ahead as you begin to step through. Let's hear it.
Ew.
This is bad.
I don't see it yet. Oh.
I don't want to see it anymore.
I wish I could unsee it.
I don't want to see.
It's not rock.
As you step into this room, it is less of a room and more of what appears to be some form of interior organ, not asteroid cave system. The floor pulses with bands of red flesh. Pools of what sound like acidic green liquid fills the area. Fleshy walls at the sides reach up to about 40 feet to the ceiling. There are several large holes in the ceiling that drip discolored liquids into the surrounding area that ascend into darkness up above it. Debris of what looks like boats, man-made objects, and perhaps even creatures stew in the liquid, though closer inspection may be determined. Around you, you notice leech-like protrusions seem to be dispersed around the room. They seem to slowly wax and wane in the air, each of them tipped with a sharp-looking talon. Around the side of the room, still using your lights to light up the way, you can see there appears to be another orifice that you continue to travel through. You can make it past these bubbling.
Did these leech things, are they part of the walls? Like, do we feel like we can move past them, or are they like little squirmy guys that are gonna come at us? How about a nature? That seems like applicable here.
And advantage.
Ooh. I mean, I don't know if I need it, but I'll fish for that crit.
Can we still talk to the general?
Yeah.
Okay.
26.
Yeah, Feud is still with you. A little banged up, but still there. Well, 26, Simon, you get the sense that these are jammer.
Ew.
They are slow-moving creatures, but ones that do indeed have some amount of movement speed.
I think we should deal with these things, because otherwise, who knows what's going to be just past the next orifice.
Yeah.
We need a clear escape route. These are jammer leeches.
John, do you mind just letting the general know that we're inside of something? This isn't just an asteroid. I mean, we're all on the same page here, right?
No, it is not.
I think he means yes.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I meant no, it's not an asteroid.
No, I just was playing with the language, yes.
I mean, do these things look like they've noticed us?
They just sort of listlessly move their sort of lone appendage back and forth through the air.
It doesn't look like they
can't
can
really
move.
tell that they've noticed.
This will not be a problem. We will simply go past them. This reminds me of my last mission inside of a giant space whale.
How do we do that? How do we get through them without them noticing us?
Oh, they can notice us. We can simply just go right by them.
We need a clear exit path if we want to escape before detonation.
Oh, you want an exit path? You see his hands slowly start to turn into, their hands slowly start to turn into like blades and claws. I could dispose of them for you.
That's what I was saying we should do. Yes, we should dispose of them.
As you have this conversation, around the bend, the far end, you see, now everyone sees a apparition that begins to take form.
Apparition? Oh
Towards
no.
the center of the floats a little bit above.
There it is again, the one I saw earlier.
We can all see this now, right?
It's more visible. Its form made up of what appears to be like a radiant light, glowing eyes, and now that it's more visible, it appears to be a female figure. It begins to slowly turn as it floats in the air, first pointing towards the orifice, and then to the liquid pools as it shakes its head. It then slowly begins to dissipate, disappearing.
Wait, who are you? What are you? It's gone. All right, well, we should kill the leeches, if nothing else. Whatever that thing was, it doesn't want us to go any further, but we must.
Yes, whatever we do, I suggest we try to do it quickly.
Well then, I can give that a shot.
Right. Everyone gonna do this together?
Oh my god.
Yeah, probably should just all focus fire one thing at a time.
In that case, everybody please roll me initiative.
Jason, I'm not on the turn order. Jason.
Did you roll?
Oh yeah. Did you actually select?
Yeah, you remember
I
if you
like your
select your token?
That's a natty 20.
Nice. Too bad you didn't have your token selected, dummy.
Feud is gonna go last, following along. All right. With turn order set up and going in descending, we have Simon up first. Simon, the small leech-like barnacle.
Collective's
Oh,
actually
sorry.
first. He didn't do it right.
What's your initiative, Collective?
Meeting on me every week. He didn't do it right.
What was your initiative, Collective?
Natty 20.
It's 23.
99.
23.
All right. Instead, Collective, you're up first. What would you like?
The collective would like to rage.
Bubbles.
Like sound waves going through water, the collective just ripples and their hands turn into giant claws and they charge this giant tentacle, goop, whatever it is.
Like a leech-like creature?
Oh,
Tentacle?
Collective, if you'd be so kind to stand about right there.
I can do you one better.
Okay. I don't know how you can get better than the exact spot I asked for, but all right.
I'm going to run and jump over there.
That's the worst thing you could have done, but all right.
All right, you pop over. Collective, as you land, please give me a dexterity saving throw as the fleshy bands underneath you shift around and it's difficult to land properly.
I can see the hazard before me. I have advantage.
Well, my turn's ruined. I was gonna blast that area. That's why I told you to stand over there.
Oh, I can continue my movement if you want.
Please do.
All right, Collective, you nearly topple back, but quickly reorient yourself as you stand straight next to one of these leech-like creatures.
All right, then I'll just continue. I'll take 2 attacks on this and then continue my movement afterward.
Okay.
Yeah. I want to know what we're inside of. What is this thing? Ooh.
Good question.
Nice.
That's a good question.
Thank
Look
you.
at them hits.
Oh,
It's 2 attacks
nice.
total. 1 bonus with the extra offhand.
You sling with several claw-like appendages. Let's see the damage rolls one more time.
Five.
Yeah.
And that's
Hey, 10.
doubled on that, so add. It's. What, 25 total plus 2 to each of those because I'm raging. 26 total. Oh, 31
Right.
total.
What does
Good
it
turn.
look like when you down this leech?
Oh my.
Damn.
Creepy, slimy, nasty hands turn into scythe-like hands or blades and slice into it. They scream in the air with a warble and then continue moving an additional 15 feet.
Okay.
Holy
there.
moly. Well, never mind. Good job, good show, collective. Good show.
We thank you. And that's my turn.
Very good stuff. Up next, Simon.
Simon's gonna move squelch, and he's gonna line up a pulse wave, a giant wave of gravity that's gonna hit both of these bad boys at level 3. So a giant cone of gravity projects forward. They have to make a DC 16 con save.
One passes, so the first one fails, second one passes. That's further out.
All right, the first one's pushed 15 feet away from me. And because I'm a gravity wizard, it's an extra 5 feet, so I'll push him in the goo.
All right, it slips off into the acidic pool nearby.
And he also takes 25 force damage.
All right. It takes this damage, and as it slips off into the pool, you see the tentacles sort of retching around rapidly as it seems to slip off into the pool, descending down underneath. As it does, it hits an area of the pool that seems like it shifts around a little bit. Something pushing to the surface. The body of some type of thing in the waters. You can't tell what it is from its distance.
Oh no. There's something don't touch the liquid. There's something in the liquid.
What is the damage for the second one?
Half of 25.
Half?
So
Okay.
Yeah, so 12.
Gotcha. Thank you.
And
It's gonna bring it here. Okay, good stuff.
And I think I'm just gonna move back to where I was. Yeah, I'm gonna, unless anybody would like, actually no, yeah, because that was my action, so I'm just gonna move back to where I was. All right, if you could all be so kind to take care of the rest of them now.
All right, John up next.
He's still doing it.
I will smash this one with 2 Warhammer attacks. How do I swing a weapon?
That's a good question.
Outdoor combat.
Don't look at me. I'm a wizard.
Yeah. Good swing.
And pachow.
18 is going to hit, and 20 is going to hit.
20 to hit. Bam. This is one-handed for 12, and then 13, so 25 altogether on this one.
Oh, what does it look like when you destroy this one?
He's just got this warhammer that he just kind of like a simpleton just pounding it on a nail that's already driven into the ground. You will not touch my friends.
Thank you, John. Very enthusiastic.
And then I sure will have in character have made that movement. And then he turns around and looks at the one standing afield. I see people measuring. Is this too far?
No, you're good.
Do you think?
Okay.
30 feet from you.
No, measuring from never mind, doesn't matter.
No, you're fine.
I am going to activate my anti-gravity unit and push it 15 feet away from us. It is a telekinetic shove. It's bonus action. Shove one creature I can see within 30 feet. When you do, the target must succeed a DC 13 strength or move 5 feet away.
It is shoved back by your telekinetic shove.
Stand clear, everyone. And that will be it after I measure my movement. Yes, that will be it. Right there.
That was the guy that got shoved down there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll begin to hear the sound of chittering of you.
What?
Up ahead, is an orifice at the far end of the room. You can see it from here, John. As you look up ahead, some of the waters and stuff like that pulling out, you notice there is something that is beginning to shift and crawl down.
That's coming from the exit.
It's coming.
Okay.
When I put the giant disgusting token on the map.
Being in play, John has a theory. I wonder if that ghostly apparition was actually warning us about these deep and dark pools.
This coming from a hole up above on the ceiling, a long-looking creature begins to push its head out from the ceiling, looking at each of you as it begins to crawl on the ceiling itself. It stares at you with insect-like eyes. Its form massive, almost centipede-like, though much larger. It screeches, seeing you all, and begins to crawl into the room.
Don't like it.
Come on.
It goes to crawl 5, 10, 15, 20, and is going to drop right here to the ground. It lands with a thud, a squish around it as it drops fully down and turns its attention towards the collective. It's going to attempt to bite you. Second, here we go. I'm just gonna make these public rolls because I don't want to. That is gonna be unnatural 20 versus AC.
That hits.
Right. It bites into you with 2 piercing mandibles for. This is gonna be 12 points of piercing damage.
That is halved because I'm raging.
Nice.
And then it attempts to hit you with a psychic bomb.
Whoa.
Actually, no. It attempts to hit John with a psychic bomb. John, you feel this sensation in your mind. I hope
John just left.
Okay, damn it.
For water.
We'll get it. We'll get it. Go ahead.
Gert, you feel this sensation in your mind as a psychic bomb hits you. You must make a wisdom saving throw, my friend.
Oh.
Nice.
16.
Right. You take 12 points of psychic damage. As your mind reels. The creature's insect-like eyes flashing as it does this. It's done. Raucous up next.
Alright. Well, not a lot of room over there, so I'm just gonna pull out a revolver and take a shot at it.
Sure.
You could reach it from here.
Yeah, it's.
Could I?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, it's pretty big.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
it's a big boy.
It's a smartin'.
From here? Sweet. Alright, so I will attack it with my giant wrench, which is a maul.
Cool.
13 to hit.
You smash into its hard carapace, but that isn't enough to damage the creature. It misses.
I have a second attack. Damn, 9 miss.
Oh
Yeah,
man.
that too. It squirms out of the way, even with its large form.
Okay. Yeah, I'm done.
All right, a solid attempt, Ruckus. Zoe up next.
Okay. Can I make some kind of check? I'm just wondering if this one leech that's left over has like ranged attacks, or
Sure.
what would that be?
Nature, survival. Several.
It's a
Nature and
5.
survival. Yeah, no idea, unfortunately.
5, so just never mind. Zoe's going to move up just a little bit towards Fute. Fute, get behind us. We don't want anything to hit you.
Okay, I surely do not want to detonate and murder you all. It would be an accident.
Yeah. Let's see here. Okay, Zoe is going to just... What level spell is spiritual weapon? 2nd?
Should be 2.
Okay, so as a bonus action, she's gonna cast spiritual weapon.
Hey, what's it look?
It just looks like a load of paperwork.
Yeah.
Rubber.
Like, it's like a mountain of paperwork.
That's
Do you have a paperwork token, Jason?
A ream of paper.
It's awesome.
Yes.
Perfect.
Yes, perfect. And I guess she's just gonna put it where... I've never used spiritual weapon before, I'm so sorry. She could put it wherever. She's just gonna put it like right up next to this thing.
Okay, you have control of the token. I'll move it here.
Okay. And it can make a attack right away, right, guys?
Yep.
Yeah, it did. You already rolled it.
19.
19 hits.
19 hits.
It
Nice.
gives
Okay.
this creature several paper cuts.
Yeah, that's 10 force damage.
All right, good stuff.
And then, as her action, she's gonna cast Thorn Whip. And that's just a 9.
That unfortunately misses as the creature scuttles around from the shifting paperwork that's cutting it.
She's gonna stay where she is. And that's it.
All right, good stuff. Zoe, up next, the Jammer Leech. It's gonna move. Whopping 5, 10, and then 15 to dash and get up to the collective. You're up next.
Well, the only thing that can be done. He reaches into his pocket, grabs some pebbles, and launches them at the creature. This is an Eldritch Blast,
Pocket Sam.
basically.
I understood that reference.
That's a 10 to hit.
That unfortunately misses. Oh man. Good roll.
We saved all of our bad rolls for
Oh,
combat.
no.
Combat.
For the time where we're gonna die. All right. 5, 10 right there to get in front of the little guy, and that will be my turn.
Right. That means Fute. Yeah, Fute's gonna stay where he is, protected now by both you, Zoe, and Gert. Collective up next.
The collective's slowly gonna shoot out another pseudopod and start taking reckless attacks. 3 claws like a giant blender.
Let's see though.
Ooh.
Nice.
20.
All right, first one hits 20, a natural.
Dirty 20.
Oh my God! It's feast or famine with these rolls here. Natty 20.
In the last one.
Crazy.
What? 2 natty 20s?
Take a screenshot of this because no one's gonna.
Got it.
friggin'
Yeah,
believe
hang
it.
on, Garycon, hang on.
No
You gotta
way.
I'm not. Yeah, we're not joking. Look, that's 2 natty 20s there on the right side. The algorithm is screwing me as a DM trying to find a challenge. But good for my teammate.
Crazy.
All right, let's see that damage.
On the extra ones.
All right, so that is 13, and 5 is 18, 22, 32.
32
raging.
plus
And then
6.
raging is another 6, so 38.
All right. Oof. Man, 38
Wonderful.
points of damage to the creature.
Program.
Collective, just like in a frenzied strike of several pseudopods becoming weapon-like objects, slicing and dicing into the large centipede-like creature. Good stuff, Collective. Anything else?
That is it.
Right, good stuff. The creature, you see flecks of blood and pieces of its carapace torn asunder from the Collective's attacks. Good stuff. Simon up next.
John, do you have an easy way to get into reach of something?
Oh yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna cast Enlarge on John.
All right.
John's large.
John, what do your beeps sound like when you become enlarged? All right.
I could
kaiju
move you
battle
5
now.
feet. I could move you 5 feet, but I prefer not to move you into the acid, so I'm gonna stand behind the explosive bomb and end my turn.
Nice.
All right, anything else, Simon?
Nope.
Okay, John. Big Kaiju John.
Big
Up
John.
Next. Big John. Big.
John starts by opening up his chest plates and activating his anti-gravity. This time, it is. Oh my god. No, okay, that's not the right one. I was gonna say you're gonna enjoy the name of this. That's not the right one. Excuse me.
I use my additional notes.
Where the heck? This stupid thing is buried. Oh, there's so much stuff. Class features. There it is. Leap. There's a bonus action. I activate my anti-gravity, and I can gain flying speed equal to twice my walking speed until the end of the current turn. So
Weird, okay.
yeah, I essentially just do a flyby on this guy.
Garyconlive only in D&D. Well, maybe other TTRPGs, but only in TTRPGs with your own imagination can you have a battle in the interior organ of some type of gargantuan creature where a massive centipede and a large hulking robot kaiju man who is flying can duke it out.
Yeah, so as I will fly by, this is where I'll land, but on the way hitting at it. I'm just checking I can't I have to use a... Oh, excellent. No action on this. So I'm going to Warhammer it twice. 17 and a 21.
You would technically need to be one space above that to hit that.
Yeah, it was. So my movement will be that I fly this way. I was just putting myself there. But yeah.
Are you hitting it on the way over there?
On the way there, yeah.
Okay,
so
gotcha.
I'll finish my movement after I make the attack.
I gotcha.
I should have done that right now, on me.
17 and 21 both hit as you strike into the creature. Big
Enjoy
John
your
style.
extra 2 damage.
Oh boy. One-handed. Oh, sweet. We got the return of the 25, and 2 is 27. But then
One day I'd like
the
to be large
anti-gravity
size.
around me
Deal 2 extra
explode.
damage.
Oh, 2? Hell yeah, I can. The anti-gravity around me explodes as an anti-gravity psionic strike hits it for something plus 2. 13? Or no,
All
sorry,
right.
7 more force damage.
Could you tell me the total damage from the ferocity of your attacks?
That would be 7 and 13 is 20, and 12 is 32 altogether. Oh, and then 2 more is 34.
Right. The creature reels back from its damage, screeching as you smash into one of its multifaceted eyes. It begins to sort of glow in an erratic nature as it clicks its mandible, screeching your way. Anything else, Big John?
I will finish my movement. This way now. I have to remeasure this. 15 to get to there, and then I can fly all the way over here and taunt it from here. Bring it. Oof.
All right. It sees you flying over there and turns to try and continue eating the collective instead.
Ah.
The collective, it tries to bite down on you for 24 versus AC.
Ouch.
Right, this is going to be, it bites into you for 24 points of piercing damage.
Oof.
And then throws a psychic bomb over towards you, Zoe. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
No.
You're good at these.
25.
Yeah.
Okay, good stuff. Zoe, you take 14 points of psychic damage, reeling back from the attack of the creature.
Ow.
We got to finish that bad boy off.
Yeah, trying.
Everybody still standing?
Barely.
All right. Collective, would you update your token so we all? And then Rocket's up next.
Should be updated.
He just
Oh, I
forgets
see.
that
I see.
barbarians don't take any damage.
I see now.
Right.
Yeah, sorry. No, it was overlapping with Jammergeddon. I just wanted to make sure I was keeping it. Rockets, what are you doing?
I'm gonna smack it with my wrench.
Right.
Hopefully hit it this time. 15 misses.
Schlop.
No, 15 hits.
15 hits?
Yes.
Hell yeah.
It's a large creature, hard to miss, despite
So-
many people missing for a while there.
On the first hit, I'm gonna use a charge of my Astral Spark, which is once per turn. When you hit a target with a simple or martial weapon, you cause the target to take an additional +3 force damage. And also, my weapon is infused with Divine Smite. So when I hit with a melee weapon attack, you can expend 1 spell slot to deal 2d8 extra radiant damage, plus 1d8 for every level higher than first, plus
What's that total, though?
an extra 1d8 against undead or fiends.
Okay. It's not either of those.
Okay, so I'm going to use a level 2 slot.
Yeah.
So this is with the first attack. So it's a 15 to start, plus 3 force damage from Astral Spark,
Jeez.
plus. Come on, mouse, do what I tell you.
Oh!
Another 4. Hold on.
Max damage.
Another 1d8 from the level 2, so it's 14, 15, 16.
The 14 was level 2, right? No, it starts at 2d8.
Yeah, it starts at 2d8.
Oh, man.
So in total, it is
34.
34. Okay, 34. There it is. For the first attack, and then 11 for the second attack.
Raucous, you don't even need a second attack. What does it look like when you destroy this creature?
Yeah.
Put my hammer down onto its head and just splits into it. Bug guts just.
There's a nasty crunch as you deliver a killing blow on this hostile insect inside of this thing that you're in. Good stuff, Raucous. Anything else?
Well, I actually do have another attack.
There's one more creature down below.
You can move through friendly spaces.
Yeah. I will, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Is that on up, or do I need to be over here?
No, you're fine. You pop over fine.
And I will use, can I just use that second attack I already rolled?
You could, if it hits, sure, yeah.
It's a 25 to hit.
Oh, yeah, that'll totally hit.
Can I do Divine Smite again?
You sure can.
You have spell slots.
I have spell slots.
Burn them.
just use a level 1 on this pipsqueak.
That's what I was gonna do. Yeah, level 1.
Welcome to Pala DPS.
So it's 11 plus 12. So yeah, 20.
Oh yeah, you easily squelch this creature, flattening it.
Well done, sir. I knew you could do it. Oof. Oof.
The hostile creatures in this room seem to have been taken. John, you standing next to the next orifice, it slowly begins to open, revealing a thin tunnel to crawl through. You won't be able to fit in your current enlarged form, but it looks like each of you will be able to if you shrink back down.
I drop it large on him.
Fall back down to normal, John.
Let's
I think I'm gonna turn this
go.
off. I think it's distracting. Hold on.
I don't think we have much time left. I think
Yes.
we have exactly 16 minutes.
Let us move.
Autognome, are you able to cross these pools?
The Fute looks around and says,
I am relatively adept at moving through dangerous spaces. I should be fine.
John just flies over and brings him back.
You just
Oh.
grabbed him.
My
There's
hero.
no need to do this. I have resources to spend.
Okay. I'm gonna
He's
hop
gonna
over
tag
then.
along. Using your tokens, you're able to move on to the next area. You have to crawl through this area, but you're able to move through, finding yourself in a long stretch of red walls covered in what look like
Ew.
veins. A large vein seems to exit out of this area and stretch into the next. All the while, John, your beeping continues to grow in intensity. So move your tokens to this next area.
Oh, jeez. There's a dead thing in there.
Woo, woo, woo.
On the other side, you now see this same visible apparition that is kneeling down near what looks like a corpse of some well-armored lizard. The apparition slowly looks over you with sparkling eyes, beginning to float back up. You now see, now that it's nearly fully opaque, its glittering form that bears antler on its head that show through radiant translucent hair. It turns to point towards the other tube at the end of the room, keeping growing.
Woo, woo.
Does it want us to set the payload?
It seems to be leading us.
Excuse me, Zoe Kaiden, HR, Midus Blu. Do you want us to go through that other orifice?
It silently nods.
Okay, great.
I mean, we have to go this way, so we may as well hurry.
Slowly dissipates after you ask it, Zoe.
We must hurry and enter the orifice to drop the load.
Jeez. Real quick history check on this guy. Do I recognize the outfit?
Sure.
15.
Simon. This appears to be one of the outfits, factions of a group known as the Cosmo Consortium. This outfit seems to, in particular, that of Pioneer Patroller make. And it is looking at the embellishments on its uniform. IS members.
What happened here?
Need. Go ahead.
Does he have any idea, like dog tag I can grab?
You can make a perception check and see if you spot one. An investigation.
I'll definitely do investigation. Oh, take that first one, definitely. I'm not sure why I rolled
20,
twice.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was your nature check, Joe?
To see how it died, what it died of.
Its body is covered in what looks like just sort of several acid stings and bruises and nicks that it probably got from perhaps maybe fighting the things on the other side by itself.
Well, we won't know what he... Oh, sorry, did I find a dog tag or anything?
There's no dog tag, Simon, but the look of this lizard folk figure, you remember there appeared to be, and there's almost no way this could be, but you remember that the Pioneer Patrollers was helmed at the very top by a lizard folk itself. Though you don't find any dog tags, everything that reminds you of your history and investigation, this may just be the head of the Pioneer Patrol. Or their...
What? There's no time to think about the implications of that, but wow, that's something else. All right, let's continue, everyone.
It's very odd that there are lizard people on this floating rock. Woo, woo.
It's literally a consortium lizard person for
Right.
I've been telling you this whole time.
To be so high, to be so highly achieved in the military.
Was the conspiracy theorist right this whole time?
It was deeper than I thought.
You couldn't prove they weren't.
Ooh, it's a heart.
You push through to the next organ. This
I
one
hate this.
appears to be what looks like an enlarged organ similar to a heart that you reach into.
Oh dear.
Walls expand and contract.
Why is it furry?
Those are bands of fibrous growth.
Oh good.
Dark blood.
A healthy heart.
No, you good.
Dark blood spills through several tunnels, entering and exiting from one way to the other. John, your beeping reaches critical mass as you'll enter in this area.
What? Somebody was for what?
Move your tokens there. Here we go.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Is it?
I'm trying to stay with the
Here,
bomb.
is
Where I can't move the bomb.
Is this where we should put the payload?
John, you hear coming through your mouthpiece again the sound of General Havoc, who's come through much more broken up this time, as he says,
It's hard to establish a signal with you. This is the area to drop the load. The signal is weak. Likely whatever the exterior asteroid for some reason. Damn it. Connection isn't strong enough for me to remotely detonate the payload.
Oh no. Oh no.
Midus team, I'm sorry. One of you will have to stay behind, manually detonate the device. The manual detonation, activated by speaking this phrase 3 times. Despite our days through struggle and plight, we shall be victorious, even in the darkness of...
cuts off.
Of course. Of night, almost assuredly. Okay. Well, everyone, it's come down to this. Shall we, draw lots?
This is not a discussion. I am a service robot here to serve all life forms.
Oh, that's so generous of you, John. Thank you so much. I'm sure the company will give your family a generous severance package.
This is for your severance from life.
Yeah, severance from life package.
You are all I've known as family.
Oh
no.
This journey has taught me so much. How to love.
How to love.
John, your model may be outdated, but your heart is not. Very well then. If it comes down to it, then we will take our leave, John.
Several sets of eyes and heads all form and salute you.
The voice comes through you, John, and says,
Your sacrifice, John, will not be in vain. Hurry. Those of you remaining have a chance to make back to the ship for evac. Little time left now. 4th barrier.
4th barrier. Oh, it's ahead of schedule. Simon casts adjust density on himself, and he floats slightly off of the ground and quickly starts moving behind the collective. Now able to move as fast as the collective on the ground.
Hightailing it.
Zoe, we need you to get us out of here.
I was just seeing if there's anything I can cast on poor John before I leave.
Is there an anti-don't blow up and a nuclear explosion spell that I don't know about?
I appreciate your service these years, John.
It was always a lot of fun, Ruckus. I especially enjoyed folding your briefs.
You opens his chest and pulls out the arcane warhead and looks to you, John, and says,
Thank you for your sacrifice. You will die so that we can live.
Wait, Phew. Why
can't the
can't
gnome just keep it?
why can't you detonate it?
I want to live.
That's amazing. I mean, that's a fair point. All right then.
he sets
Thank
the
you.
payload down.
Simon, gravity bind that gnome.
No. He did his job as reluctantly as it was. He still did it.
I will be on a scrap heap anyways.
Yes.
I saw the internet search history. Ruckus was looking to sell me.
Not making this easy.
Yes, well, we can unpack this and
Go now. Everyone out now.
All right. As everyone begins to run, making their way as quickly as possible for the ship, John, what are the last things you reflect on?
It's you spend all your life waiting. It's just like stills of him just like hovering in the air, leading us to our destination. Everybody's got their hand in their head, just like, how did we get here?
You begin to recite the detonation line. As you begin to repeat the phrase 3 times, you see everyone else. We all see a shot. You all quickly beginning to head back towards the top of the ship in slow motion. The earth beneath you rumbling and cracking. You look down below past the asteroid, seeing a beautiful earth that sits there. All reach the ship. Everyone filing in. Zoe, you quickly grab at the wheel. It begins to take off as quickly as possible. John, you go to repeat the phrase one last time. Your life flashing before your eyes. Looking next to you, glowing light. The apparition appears before. Born female stands next to you, providing what feels like, maybe perhaps for the first time in your construct life, a comforting warmth. Her eyes sparkle. She looks to you. She nods. John, it's time. Everyone else, as you are quickly navigating back to the ship as we draw this session to a close, this time with a missing John now.
if it's to anybody, our health insurance plan does cover a therapy session after high risk missions. It's just one.
It's just one.
But I find them to be very helpful.
One half-hour session per person you know that died.
Yeah.
You know.
Everyone is able to pull off the surface of the asteroid just in time for you all to hear a innervating arcane blast happening from its interior. A arcane light wells around the area, and you each hear something you did not expect to hear. The shriek, the pain roar of
creeper.
As you fly far away from the asteroid, you watch as it crumbles away. Exterior pulling off and sloughing as the blast rips the asteroid surface in twain. Pushing out of it is a massive creature never seen.
Ooh.
Oh, sick.
Thing's awesome.
Man.
It shrieks before pulling away from Earth, flying towards the stars. What's left of the pieces of the asteroid burning up as they hit the atmosphere. Whatever that thing was, it is gone now. Earth narrowly avoiding disaster. What was that creature? Where will it go next? Are other worlds in peril from it? I guess you'll all have to find out by joining our channel on Friday nights for our long-running Twixt homebrew story as it continues. This is all tied together. I hope all of you had fun hanging out on our channel. Everyone attending Garycon, I just want to take a really quick 1 minute. Let me just one more. I want to thank everyone so much for joining us. I had a ton of fun, and sorry for the technical difficulties at the front. I mean, what's a con live thing without some technical difficulties? I hope you all had a ton of fun and are enjoying yourselves so far here at Garyconlive. I want to extend a huge thank you to all of my players for joining me tonight. I want to thank everyone in chat who stopped in to watch. And to those of you behind the scenes who called on us to be a part of this event, it's been an incredible experience, and I've had so much fun getting the opportunity to interview you all. Up next is going to be the Everyday's Heroes panel, and afterwards, Praetor's Rejects is going to be bringing you an awesome alien RPG special called Hope's Last Day. That's it here from us at God Mode. That's GAWD_mode. I put the link in the chat if anyone wants to go support our channel. We're trying to build towards that 1K follower mark. I hope you all had fun. Give us a follow if you enjoyed this session. I want to support the channel. And I hope everyone has a fantastic weekend. And most importantly, happy gaming, everybody. Goodbye, everybody!
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.